Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, what I would like to give now is a taste into how I believe Arabic should truly be taught. This, I believe, is the true way to learning Arabic, or rather, I suppose to teaching Arabic. I think it's more the onus of the teacher to use this method. Of course, to do this, let's bring up some verses of the Qur'an and talk through them. So you can find Word documents with the entire Quran typed out, which is definitely a good thing to have. But let's take a few of these and just paste them and annotate them. Let's take, I suppose, five will definitely be enough, if even that. So I've got that. Let's bring up our board. Okay, here we go. So now it's time to begin to apply everything which we have been learning. So the first step to learning Arabic is to watch the previous videos. To watch the previous videos, and let me just make space here. Memorize what I said should be memorized. That's the first step before anything else. Don't know how to get rid of this first line. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's hope this works with enough space. Let's bring it back there as well. So I'm assuming you've memorized the declension tables, the conjugation tables, the pronouns. Next step is to begin to learn vocabulary. And look, morphology is the first thing we'll master and study. Sort of all the verbs and all this stuff and all these patterns which I have spoken about. That will be done. There's an easy way to do that. There's a syllabus with repetition. All of that can be done in a month, in 2 months. Basically in a first course of Arabic or first two courses. That's introductory level. That's the beginner level. You stop being a beginner once you've mastered morphology, right? You must master morphology before anything else. The syntax, nahu. You master the basics. A bit of that's been done, but there's more to come. But the best way to master these basics is again just through constant practice, through constant exposure, as we are doing right now. If you did this continuously with a good routine, again in a few months, let's say realistically 3 to 6 months, all of the basics of grammar will be out of the way. So really, as I'm saying, in 1 year of good learning and teaching, even quicker if you put more effort into it and perhaps you're talented for languages, but let's say a year, you can do all this memorization, all the syntax, all the morphology, all the grammar can be done effectively. The true meaning of learning Arabic is not reading grammar books and memorizing grammatical constructions. That should just become intuited. But it's that intuition which is the true meaning of learning Arabic. The true thing which you're going to have to learn, which is the real study, that which is actually going to take your lifetime of study, is going to be learning words. And learning words is something very, very deep, both because Arabic words are profoundly deep. If we say that they are, the kalimat, they are the kalimatullah, the words of God. That's deep. But secondly, because the word itself is something deep. Any word is profoundly deep. So that's what's going to take up the lifetime of learning. To stop being a beginner is to get there, is to do all this grammar so you can truly start to learn. You stop being a beginner when you start to learn the Arabic language truly. And at that stage, you can continue essentially independently. And really, the only way at that stage is independence. I don't think there's a single course in the world which can help you at that stage. Unless being with a very good Arabic speaker and just speaking and thinking in Arabic. That's where we're going to. That's what I believe. Let's make no mistake about this. The way I teach and my philosophy of learning any language, but learning Arabic, is we have to think in Arabic. We have to literally think in Arabic, speak in Arabic, write in Arabic. That's where we're getting to. And so I always say if you just want to read Arabic, you just want to read and understand, then I mean I'm not going to give that. I'm looking for something more. Maybe there are more efficient ways to do that. But to be fair, I would still say I think this is the best way, even for that. I mean, put frankly, the best way to read Arabic is actually what I'm doing right here, which is to think in Arabic. But regardless, I'm assuming that you've got the basics down. Now, what you need to start to do is to learn Arabic words. And again, I've made a few videos about how to do that and what exactly I mean. It's not just memorizing vocab. But again, all of this will come in the course of these classes. So now let's begin to put this into practice. So how, what's the true way of teaching Arabic? It's in Arabic. The true way of teaching is not to take this and to get you to say, okay, what's B? What's ism? What's Allah? B is with, ism is name, Allah is God, with name God, in the name of God. No, it's not this translational approach. Of course, we have to use translation at the beginning, but very quickly we start to learn Arabic in Arabic. And if you do what I'm saying and you learn what I'm saying in the order I'm saying, we can do that very quickly. So I would, for example, say, ما اسم الله ما هو الاسم ما هو الاسم. If you watch the previous videos, you can understand this sentence. ما هو الاسم. ما, interrogative particle, what? هو, he or it, or that thing, it. What is ما هو الاسم? What is the name? الاسم. So I'm asking, what is الاسم? ما هو الاسم? Then okay, الرحمن. I could من هو الرحمن? من الرحمن? It actually says in the Quran, I can't remember which verse, but people say وما الرحمن? ما الرحمن? ما هو الرحمن? So the reason, if you watch that video, I said these question particles are, along with the pronouns, are the most important words, is because if you learn them and you take what I'm saying seriously, and again, you think in them as I keep instructing, we can start to speak in Arabic instantly, like this. So instead of translating, we are translating. We are translating. Well, not from Arabic into English. In Arabic, the word for translation is tarjama. Tarjama. Tarjama yutarjimu, the verb. The translator is tarjuman. A tarjuman. Translation, in fact, the root meaning of the word even in English, is to move something from one paradigm to another. We're moving from here to here, translating it. It's not from English into Arabic. It's from Arabic into Arabic. We're going to translate, let's say, hard Arabic into simple Arabic. The way we're going to learn Arabic is by taking in the Quranic Arabic, because obviously it's hard. To learn this, we're going to translate these sentences and these words back into simple Arabic. So, for example, we might see a verb, very quickly we'll see it, probably is quite common, warada. Now, I wouldn't say this is the most simple word. It's not too hard. I mean, it's very frequent, but it's not top 100. The first thing we're going to do is to actually learn the most common words, the most common verbs which occur. Then when we study this and we see warada, I'm going to say warada يعني أتى أو جاء. ما معنى جاء? Right, ma'na means meaning. Ma what? What is the meaning of جاء? ما معنى جاء? What is the meaning of جاء? To come. So this is the translation, which is kind of unavoidable. Even then, this is dangerous because actually, no, it doesn't mean to come. You can't translate any word into any other word. It means what it means. And then you're going to ask, okay, but how do I even learn this? If how do I learn the meaning of ja'a without translating into the word to come? Well, how did you learn the verb to come, to go, to take, to eat? You didn't have a language to translate into, but you were translating into something deeper than a spoken language. You were translating these words which you heard your parents speak around you into your mind, into the deep meanings which are literally innate, embedded into you. Right? It says in Surah Al-Baqarah, if we go through this, we'll see very quickly, God taught Adam the names. The names are not just words you give to things. Names are the meanings of things, especially the Arabic names. Letters have meanings, structures have meanings. The names are not just symbols for things, they are the essences of those things. So you learn ja'a and ata and warada in the same way that you learned these words in English, if that's your native language. You intuit them. And once you've intuited the main basic words of the Arabic language, all the rest of the Arabic language, like a circle, the big Arabic language, is going to be brought down to this simple Arabic. That's how a dictionary works, right? You can learn new words by going to a dictionary because a dictionary explains hard words in simple words. And so, being an English speaker, you don't use anything other than English to learn English. Similarly, once we've attained kind of like this sub-language of Arabic, like a 3-year-old's Arabic, let's say, that sounds silly, it sounds depressing. I don't want to be at a 3-year-old's level, I want to be more. But you will be. How quickly does a 3-year-old become completely fluent in a language? How quickly? A year, 2 years? If we can attain this 3-year-old's ability, we'll expand out very quickly afterwards. So that's what we're doing. The introductory Arabic course is to become an Arabic child. Having done that, you'll become a native adult Arabic speaker, a good Arabic speaker. عربي قفح أصيل, very easily and quickly, inshallah. But yes, warada يعني جاء. Synonyms. I don't like the word synonym, but anyway. Learn Arabic through Arabic. Of course, we're just starting off, so we will employ translation, but this is the general method of what we're going to use. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alif Lam Mim. I think we've gone through the Basmala before, but let's do a bit. So Bismi, Bi Ismi, Bi Ismi, Bismi, Bi Ismi Allahi. Again, analyze this, and you should be able to hopefully. Bi means, let's say, with. It's a preposition. Ismi, ism is name. Allah is God. With the name of God. It's ismi because preposition, e. It's not, it should be bismin, but now there's an idafa. It's the name of God, so this construct case, genitive case. Bismillahi. Hopefully this makes complete sense now. Again, I said this is the 1/3 of grammar that we have done. So watch those videos again if you're confused. And there'll be more videos about it to come. So that we understand. Bismillahi, Bismillahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. So immediately, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, what do they mean? With the E. Why the E? Because it's Allahi, and these are the names of God. Allahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi. Ar-Rahman, let's just say for now, the all merciful, all loving, all good. Ar-Rahim, ever merciful, ever loving, ever good. The meaning of all is coming from the scale Fa'lan, Rahman. Remember the mabna. In fact, let's just write this down. It's good revision. Very good revision. We have the ma'na, meaning, and mabna, structure. What's the ma'na? It's the root letters Ra, Ha, Mim. What's the mabna? It's the scale. There's two over here, Fa'lan and Fa'il. Fa'lan, oops, Fa'lan and Fa'il. The scale Fa'lan basically gives the meaning of all. So it's the all and Rahmah. Rahmah is mercy, love, compassion, all loving. Fa'il has a meaning of continuity. So we say ever loving. And again, we'll learn all these things thoroughly. We're going to learn all of the scales. We're going to learn the main root meanings of the letters in these words. And so you'll begin to do this your own, inshallah. That's the first sentence of the Quran. Bismillahi ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As we learn, what I'm going to try to do is break these words up in the sense that when you read this Arabic, it's all connected together. Even like bism is bi ismi Allahi. But I suppose what makes Quranic Arabic and this high spoken Arabic one level more difficult is how it's actually read, which is in this fluent, joined way. It's like joint handwriting but spoken. So I will do my best to try to break it up into its parts. Even if we don't actually recite the Quran in this way, it's very important to be able to break it down into this way because ultimately these are where the meanings are coming from. So that's the first verse of the Quran, which I hope that we understand. Alif, Lam, Mim. 3 letters. Why does this surah begin with 3 letters? It's because letters have meanings. What's the meaning of Alif? Well, you will have to ask God for that because it's not something which humans can really explain. But it has a meaning. Its meaning is from the mysteries of God, from the deepest meanings of the Arabic language, and the knowledge of the letters is the highest form of knowledge. And we ask God that He gives us an enlightenment into this deepest knowledge from His presence, from His storehouses of infinite knowledge. ذَلِكَ. Question, what is ذَلِكَ? It may be helpful to bring up the video about vocabulary. Yes, ذَلِكَ is a demonstrative pronoun. And you need to know these basic English concepts. I haven't made a video about English grammar yet, but inshallah I will do that. In fact, I'll make a course for English grammar. A nice, short, succinct one, but you must know that before trying to learn Arabic. I would say do not, but forget about me saying in the imperative, you will not. It's a fact, you will not learn Arabic if you know not your own language of English. Learn English well and properly. And we don't speak good English. We don't read good English. We don't understand good English. So how are we going to understand good Arabic? It's like someone who's eaten takeaways for his whole life. Now he's trying to go to a fancy restaurant and dine there. He doesn't have the sensibility to appreciate it. And you might well think it's not even good food, it's not a good experience. Taste is acquired. Tasteful, beautiful language must be acquired. And this is a problem many people have learning Arabic. They just, don't think that you learning Arabic is immediately going to give you some spiritual experience and you're going to appreciate the meanings of the Quran immediately. If you're not already appreciating the beauty of language, learning another one, I don't think is going to give it. Anyway, ذلك demonstrative pronoun. That. ذلك الكتاب. Why is it all? Subject. So ذلك الكتاب. And hopefully we know that kitab means book. ذلك الكتاب. Right, singular, masculine. So ذلك singular, masculine. Might be good here to think that if this was feminine, what's this? So ذلك تلك. And see if you remember the plural form of this. In fact, it will come soon, maybe not here, but we'll see all these demonstrated pronouns again and again and again and again. In fact, we'll see all the pronouns again and again and again. So if you haven't memorized them, you will, just by doing, I guarantee you, 2 or 3 pages of the Quran together, you will have memorized all of these pronouns. I will make sure of that. ذلك الكتاب, subject. That is the book. Now, what are we saying about this book? In Arabic, there is no word for is because we don't need it. You just have to feel and intuit the sentence structure. ذلك الكتاب. Again, remember that from the last video I said, al-kitabu has a meaning, and I'm experiencing that meaning because it could be kitabun, kitabu, al-kitaba. No, it's al-kitabu. Already I know so many things. Already I'm experiencing the meanings of this. ذلك الكتاب. Now what comes? لا ريب فيه. لا is not. ريب is doubt. فيه. في is in. He. If you remember, we had for the conjugations, I also put all the pronouns. هو فعل, subject, هو. But if it's the object, it's فعله. هو, subject, هو, object. So it's فيه. But فيه sounds weird, so they make it an E because it's a في he. فيه. But it's the who pronoun. So ذلك الكتاب لا ريب. No doubt. فيه, in it. You see, I don't think we'd really say this type of sentence in English. I wouldn't say that book, no doubt in it. Hudan, guidance. للمتقين, li for the muttaqin, for the godly. That's why you can't translate it, at least not normally. One can only translate Arabic having mastered both Arabic and also the language he is translating into. You can't translate word to word, you have to translate meaning to meaning. But see, by becoming Arabi, we begin to not need to translate. We are feeling and understanding the sentence from within Arabic. It makes perfect sense in Arabic. In fact, this is beautiful Arabic, extremely eloquent Arabic, just this one sentence. Of course, you won't appreciate it fully yet because you're just learning Arabic, but it is wonderful. ذلك الكتاب. Number one, لا ريب فيه. Number two, هدى للمتقين. So there's two things I'm learning here. In fact, you could even maybe take للمتقين as a third thing. Because you can say هدى. Huda is guidance. It's guidance, full stop. It's no doubt, i.e. certain, full stop. Guidance, full stop. للمتقين, for the muttaqeen, let's translate muttaqeen as godly. Three things. So in Arabic, you can begin with a subject a general idea. ذلك الكتاب. Now all these other meanings are slotting, coming back to the subject. Three things. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. Not only is it certain, but there is nothing. So the la rayba is actually a very strong form of negating. Absolutely nothing of rayb, no doubt is in this book. That's more than saying it's certain, it's saying that it's so certain that not even an atom of doubt is anywhere in this book. Every single constituent is certain. Now, the fact that we're speaking about the fihi is beautiful because we began with the letters of the book. The book is beginning with its particles, its elements. Like you have the elements of the periodic table, you have the elements of language, which are the letters. Alif, Lam, Mim. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. In fact, the fihi could be, because hu is general, it just means huwa. The huwa can be al-kitab, huwa, or every one of these letters. Huwa al-alif, huwa al-lam, huwa mim. There's no doubt in the alif, neither in the mim, neither in the lam, neither in the mim, neither in the bismillahi, neither in the ar-Rahman, neither in the ar-Rahim. There's no doubt in any of these things. ذلك الكتاب, point one, لا ريب فيه. Point two, hudan. It is huda. Huda is guidance. Ihdina, hidayah. And if we had more time, what we might do is we'd actually go into the root letters. Like kitab is kataba. And the root letters then have verbs, and you can learn verbs from this. Kataba is to write. The verb here is hada, hada yahdi. Huda and hidayah mean guidance. Hada, to guide. Ihdina, guide us thou. Ihdina, guide us. Ihdina. One, لا ريب فيه. Two, هدى. Three, للمتقين. Li, preposition. Two and four. Again, prepositions, pronouns. Every sentence has tons of these. Forget about page, every sentence is full of these. So this is how we're going to learn this basic vocab, just by sheer repetition. Muttaqeen is the plural of muttaqi. Like Muslim, Muslimun. Mu'min, Mu'minun. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alameen, Alam, Alameen. Muttaqi, Muttaqeen. And the root of this is taqwa, but we can make an entire video just on the meanings of taqwa. Looks like maybe it was ambitious to go through all of this, but let's do a bit more of the second sentence, and we'll call it a day for here. But this is al-ayatu al-thaniya. Al-thaniya means two. Al-ula, one. Al-thaniya, two. Al-thalitha, three. Al-rabi'a, four. Bit of numbers for you, just to remember. Al-ladhina, question, what is al-ladhina? Very important to do this work. Don't just wait for the teacher to give answers. If you want to learn, you have to think, not get. Alladhina, I'll give you one hint, is the plural of alladhi. Muttaqeen, muttaqi. Alladhina, alladhi. What's alladhi? Alladhi is the relative pronoun. Plural, why? Because it's going back to muttaqeen. So you see, this is going back to to dhalikal kitab. Alladhina, this is going back to lil muttaqeen, which is going back to dhalikal kitab. So this is how language works, especially the Arabic language loves to do this. You're going to have like a tree, things inside of things, inside of things, inside of things, going this way and that way and that way. It's going to be Complex but beautiful. Complex and beautiful. So الذين is going back to للمتقين. So let's just put a full stop here, basically. Second sentence. It's for the muttaqeen. هذا الكتاب القرآن هو للمتقين. المتقين الذين هم يؤمنون. هم يؤمنون. What's this verb? يؤمن. يفعل. هو يفعل. هم يفعلون. هو يؤمن. هم يؤمنون. So this is how we're going to do verbs. We always, at the beginning, are going to give the pronoun. We're going to say, what's the pronoun of this verb? لا فعل, يفعل, فعلت, فعلت. And I'm not going to say what hum means. Don't even watch these things if you need that. Master that stuff first. Huwa, I'm never going to translate huwa here, anta, anti. Hum. Very quickly, I'm not even going to do alladhi, alladhina, هذا, هذه, أولئك, هؤلاء, بي, لي, إلى. I'll do it a bit at the beginning, but pronouns, please make sure that you have memorized this stuff. الذين هم يؤمنون يفعلون. The verb is الفعل آمن. هو آمن يؤمن إيمان. This is the general way in which we're going to do it. الذين هم المتقون يؤمنون بالغيب. ما معنى بالغيب؟ بي. أين رأينا بي؟ وأين رأينا فعلنا رأى تسي رأينا we saw. أين رأينا بي? Where did we see بي? رأينا بي هنا. بسم الله. بسم الله بي with. بي with الغيب. هم المتقون يؤمنون بالغيب. They have faith in the unseen. In English, we say in Arabic, you say be. This is again goes back into really learning the meanings of these verbs and just how to think in Arabic. And already you're going to be confused if you try to translate. You're going to be asking, why is it be and not fi or li? It's be because it's be. Because نحن عرب. الجنان عربي يفهم العربية ولو لم يكن الدم عربيا. من يفهم يفهم. المتقون الذين يؤمنون بالغيب. What is ما هو الغيب؟ الغيب عكس opposite عكس الشهادة. عالم الغيب وعالم الشهادة. The world of the unseen and the world of the seen. Again, if I continue to talk, I'll go on for another 2 hours. So let me not do that. الذين يؤمنون بالغيب. Question, what's يقيمون? See if you can work this out. You have to get the whole thing, but tell me what you know. يقيمون. Hopefully you see it's يؤمنون يقيمون. Hum. Hum يقيمون. You know that one from the sarf, from the morphology, you should know this. But secondly, from the syntax. If we're speaking about the muttaqun, plural, verb is plural, this has to be plural. So يقيمون. So take away the يفعلون, يفعلوا. What's the verb? The verb is يقيم. يقيم. The verb is أقام يقيم إقامة. Remember, إقامة is what's done right before the prayer. الإقامة comes from the root قام. يوم القيامة. قام قيامة. A name of God is Al-Qayyum. Qama means to stand. Aqama means to make stand. In other words, to establish. Again, it's a very beautiful way to say it, actually. In fact, the word existence, task for you, research the etymology of the word existence. If you do that, you will see that it comes from the root to stand. And actually in Arabic, qa'im is a word for existent. An existent thing is qa'im. Qayyum, al-qayyum, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa, al-hayyul qayyum. The meaning of qayyum is he who stands, he who is by himself, in himself. He who is in and of himself, needing no other thing to be. That's who and what God is. That's being itself, which is and of itself. So it's a powerful thing, qama. Don't think qama just means standing, standing. No, qama means, what does it mean to stand? It means to be upright, to be firm, to be true, to be solid. So these people, al-muttaqun, yuqimuna as-salata. Yuqimuna as-salata. They make stand the prayer. They establish the prayer. So what's happening here? Sentence 2, again, beautiful. Sentence 1 has told us what the book is. Al-Kitab, Al-Qur'an, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. يقين. فيه يقين. 1. هدى. ذلك الكتاب. You can also say فيه هدى. الكتاب هو هداية. الكتاب يهدي. 3. ذلك الكتاب للمتقين. Sentence 2, we defined al-kitab. Sentence 2, who are the muttaqeen? In other words, what is taqwa? Again, look at the logical structure of this first chapter. The most important thing is the book. The second most important thing, to be godly. And why are they put together? Because the path to becoming godly is by the study and inculcation and enactment of the book. To be godly is number 1, yu'minuna bil ghayb. Maybe let's change color. No. Number 1, yu'minuna bil ghayb. Number 2, yuqimuna as-salata. They who establish, present tense, right? Not just established, continuously. They're continuously, always establishing, not just praying. You say yusallun, hum yusallun, salla yusalli, huwa yusalli, hum yusallun. No, more than that. They establish the prayer. Meditate upon that difference. What's the difference between praying and establishing not just prayer, but the prayer? Could be yuqimuna salatan or salatahum or salawat al-khams. Now, as-salata, everything has a meaning in Arabic. What's the meaning of establishing the prayer? Because this is the second most important thing to have taqwa. As-salat. One way to understand salat is, so usually the root word is given as sad, lam, ya. So the ya is becoming a waw at the end. Salat. But this root, again, letters have meanings. Sad and lam are also found in wasala. Wasala is going to be one of our core 100 words. Wasala means connection. So one meaning of salat is connection. The pure unity and connection of the servant with God. They establish this connection. They keep it upright. They keep it firm. They keep it constant and continuous. المتقون يؤمنون بالغيب وما هو الغيب. Al-Ghayb, not just Ghayb, the unseen, the unseen. Ultimately, God is Al-Ghayb. Al-Ghayb al-Mutlaq. Ghayb doesn't see, to be unseen doesn't mean to be distant. It doesn't mean to be far. It doesn't mean to be less real. God is unseen because he is beyond being seen. Transcendence, inconceivability. ultimately, the essence of God, the reality of God is something which the mind cannot ever fathom. Look at the universe. Can we ever fathom the universe, the infinite expanse of stars? Let alone that which is beyond the universe, the source of all universes, the absolute oneness. فَيُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. There's other meanings of what al-iman bil-ghaib can mean, but again, I did say I need to not talk about this, otherwise I'll go on for hours. One, يؤمنون بالغيب والمتقون يقيمون الصلاة. والمتقون هم الذين مما من ما. Min, what's this and what's ma? Min ma, from what? هم الذين من ما رزقناهم ينفقون. Again, really good practice here. رزقناهم. Really good practice. Try to break this down. Pause video. What's رزقناهم? Hint one, it's a verb. Hint two, it's a verb with رزقنا. Is the object. So رزقنا فعلنا. نحن فعلنا. هم. نحن رزقناهم. فمن نحن? Is it that's not us? لسنا نحن نرزقهم. We aren't doing what's rizq. Razaqa means to give rizq, to give providence and sustenance. We is God speaking. And where's God coming from? Where's God coming? All of a sudden, God speaking, not just I saying we. Again, look how beautiful this connection is. هم المتقون يؤمنون بالغيب. الله هو الغيب المطلق. Right? God is al-ghaib. He is absolutely unseen. But that doesn't mean he's absent. رزقناهم. God gives providence. He is unseen but always there, present. رزقناهم. ومما رزقناهم هم المؤمنون ينفقون. Again, ينفقون. What's happening here? It's a verb. أنفق ينفق. Hopefully يفعلون هم ينفقون. ينفق. So actually, what's really interesting is all of these verbs are of the same form, wazn. The wazn here is the mabna of this fi'l. A mabna is af'ala. So for all of these instances, we have af'ala the root, fa'ala the root, and then a new verb form is being taken, af'ala. Again, another video for this, so I won't go into it too much, but you have amana, really amina, amana, qama, aqama, nafaqa, anfaqa. So amana literally means to make amin. Aqama means to make qaim. Anfaqa means to make nafiq. So nafiqa or nafaqa means to run out or to die. Anfaqa means to use up, to literally make something completely be used up and die out. ومن ما رزقناهم فهم ينفقون من الرزق. ينفقون من الرزق. So أنفق means to spend. And it's something more than spending, because it's, in a sense, completely using up. Taking this thing and it becomes nothing. Because think about providence, let's say food. We assimilate food, we eat it, but we digest it. The process of digestion is that the food becomes nothing, it's completely destroyed, but we assimilate it. المتقون هم الذين مما رزقهم الله ينفقون. They, with their rizq, will not hoard it or store it up greedily, but will give of it freely, will use it, invest it in the way of God until it's all used up, because they know that the rizq does not come from themselves, but comes from God Himself. It's not their rizq, really, it's God's rizq. He is the owner of it. So they give back everything because it was never theirs to begin with. So over here, there's some good Arabic, but also learned some very, very interesting and powerful and beautiful meanings of the Quran right from the beginning. So this is a good way and good place to end this video. Wassalamu alaikum.